welcome to my shop. Well, as you know, I have got the cradle back, and I made a video about, well, renting, about not having enough money and all this thing. And the reaction of this, well, had been overwhelming. And I have to thank everybody who spread the word about my channel, and well, I don't know how to say more. Special thanks go to Pete from Australia, who donated to my channel, and now I'm able to restore the cradle, and I'll do that. And I'm doing it at the moment. But for this reason, I just made a small project today, and this is a tool, a very useful tool you'll have in your shop whenever you're doing, well, I don't know, furniture, or well, trying to find an angle and transfer it over to your workpiece. And this this tool I'm making is a bevel, and here it is. And in today's episode I'm going to show you how I made this out of a bolt, a washer and a wing nut. That's the only things I bought, and scraps laying around. Well, scraps, okay, it's oak and Meranti, but this is reclaimed wood. And I hope you enjoy the show, and well, if you like my video, please leave a thumbs up, and well, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, as I do live on all the comments coming up to me, because this gives me the power to go on and to do things, well, you might like. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Okay, I went through my pile of wood and I found this leftover from an old door, which is Meranti, and this makes the outside. And this board of oak, this is a pre-milled board, and it consists out of 40mm thick slats glued together. And there is one very interesting, because this one here, over here, is quarter sawn, and I'm gonna take this out of this board to make the inner piece. Well, whenever you work with reclaimed wood, the most important thing you have to have is a good metal detector, because well, there are brad nails in and something like this, and I've just put a drill bit in here to show you the way this one works here. It has to be, well, calibrated at first, and when it's calibrated you just move it over the wood, and whenever there is a piece of metal around, it shows you, it indicates metal around. And this drill bit here, I just placed it down here, which is about 2 inches away from the surface. So this one here detects metal 2 inches deep in the wood, and well, that's fairly enough to save on your table saw blade. So now it's time. Well, I had this pre-milled one here, and I'm going to use this one because that one is longer as well. So I start on cutting these boards to sizes for, well, more manageable sizes, and I'm going to cut this in half so I get the 2 outsides. this disc sander mounted, I sand away the remaining saw marks. Whenever you are sanding oak or, well, unknown wood, you should wear a proper face mask. Okay, with the last piece sanded to 240, it's time to move on. Okay, with the miter at table saw set to 45, I'm going to cut off, well, about an inch or an inch and a half from the end at 45 degrees. I'm using this board here as a backup to prevent tear out. Okay, here we go. So I got this off-cut like this. And I head over to the sander and sand this surfaces smooth. Okay, now I go ahead and round off the corners. Well, now with the corners rounded, well, I think I'll go ahead and drill 10mm hole to put in a dowel over here at the end, which is stable just for alignment. Okay, I just drilled through. Don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, well. Okay, I just drilled through and I'm going to put this 10mm dowel in here, and this fits real snug. Okay, everything is set up for set for the glue up, and I'm going to glue this small piece over to this end, and I'm going to glue the dowel in. And for the wing, which will come out, I've got my bolt, a wing nut, and a washer. Now I just go ahead. This is regular wood glue, fast setting wood glue. I just poured it into this bucket because sometimes I need it. I need this to spread. On these airtight buckets, they last a long time. Okay. first align as good as possible. Add glue to the second. Okay. I'll place the bolt has to go in here. This is it. Now I just need the dowel. Put a little glue on, and yeah, that should be enough. Head over to the workbench and so here I'm back. Now it's just a matter of aligning this here flush to the back. Just take this out. I don't want to glue this in. Get the washer on here. Tighten this up. Okay, here we go. Swipe off the glue here. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna get, I think, 2 clamps, and I'll clamp it on this end here, just in case. Okay, still flush. Here we go. Get a nice squeeze out around, and I'll leave this now for, say, 20 minutes or so, and then I'll come back and do a little finishing touch. Well, the glue is a fast setting glue. It should be dry in 5 minutes, they say, but I don't trust on that. So I'll leave it 20 minutes or so. Well, good morning. Was the glue dry? I think I just take it off the clamps. Let's see, wow, this works fine. That's the way I thought, and I just cut off the dowel using my saw over here. Sent this flush over at the lathe, and then it should be okay. So I'll come back in a second. Okay, here is the, well, functional, not really finished piece, because I think the grip is a little too, well, it's the edges, I don't like the edges. Okay, here you go. See, it's working, and you can lock it to whatever angle you think you need. Okay, over at my router table I just installed this small round over bit, and I'm going to remove the screw and give is a round over now. Okay, I make this round over just because of the grip to the piece here, and I think I'll take my belt sander and give this a last final touch, and then, well, this one should be okay then. It's pretty nice, just have to give the round overs a light touch up, and then it's time to put some finish on. Okay. We'll be back when I put the finish on. Okay, for the finish I just use some wax. This is a mixture of beeswax and canal wax, normally used for furniture, and I'm just disassembling the tool because it's okay. And I think for a tool it's enough. It's just a protection for the hands, and well, it will get used, and so it might be beaten on. So just put a liberal amount of, well, a good amount of wax to the wood. With the wax cured or dried, it's time to buff it, and I start on the inside here and just use a clean rag and nothing fancy. This one done, I go over to the inside here, just wipe off any excess, that's all you need. And I'm going to assemble this now, put it back together. This will still work with the wax on it, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, still stable, doesn't move anywhere, except you put a lot of pressure to it, and just fold it up and do the outside. this is my tool. I don't know the name yet, I have to look for it. But well, this is a cheap but useful tool if you want to set up, well, if you want to get an angle. If, for example, you want to install a countertop, and the people who build houses, they normally, well, sometimes they don't know what a 90 degree is, and the problem is when you want to get the angle right to cut the countertop. You just put this piece in the corner, and well, if it's let's say off like this, you have a hard time to measure, and so you just loosen the screw here, set this to the right angle you want to have, tighten the screw again, and then you can go over to your countertop. Just have this board here. You can take this to your, well, think of this as a countertop. Place this thing on here, and you can scribe a line, and this line will be exactly the angle you need to cut your countertop, and it will fit afterwards. So this is a very useful tool, and it costs about, well, $2, I think. Yeah, $2 for the screw, and the rest is well, scrap pieces just found. And okay, thank you for watching, and I'll put up some pictures, and please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. See you next week with another video of, well, things I'm doing around here in my shop.